E aí pessoal, tudo bem com vocês? Sejam muito bem-vindos aí ao canal LGE. Chegando aqui para mais essa continuação do Hellblade 2. Dando continuidade na campanha aí, pessoal. Espero que vocês estejam aproveitando bastante, curtindo bem aí essa campanha top. Esse jogaço que é o Hellblade 2, né? Muito bom mesmo, pessoal. Então, conto com vocês aí. Pra dar aquela força pro canal aí, se inscreve, compartilha, deixa sua sugestão, seu comentário. E indica pra gente aí jogos novos aí, pra gente zerar e do início ao fim, beleza? Então, sem mais falatórios, vamos lá, bora pra campanha.
There is no way through.
We have to go back.
Wait. You can find a path where they cannot.
Look for it.
Look.
I can feel something watching
What
us.
is it?
Where? I don't like the sound of this.
You can't feel it. Why?
I feel it too. Have your weapon to hand.
Weapons will not help you here.
Your sword is no good.
Keep steady. Try not to jump at shadows.
What do you know of shadows?
We know.
Ah, deu bug aqui no controle. Deixa eu... Tá tudo fazendo a troca do controle aqui.
Here.
You found a way through. Yes. Will they follow?
Do you hear that?
What?
Something is following
What
us.
is here?
Just alongside. Listen.
I think I can hear it.
I don't like it.
This place is not quiet.
Not calm.
Noises everywhere.
Everywhere. I hear it again.
She is terrified.
Shh. Listen. Oh, why can't I see it? Wait. There. Above us. What is that?
Do you see it, Senua?
I think it's a river you hear.
Let's keep going.
We passed this way before.
This place is shifting.
We're going in circles.
Changing. So confusing. What to do?
How? This way's blocked. We'll have to find another. Where are you?
They trusted you. You brought them here, and now you let them get taken? How could you? It's your fault.
I'll sit there.
She didn't want to come here with you. You made her. Now you have to find her.
I can't find you.
She's gone forever. She's dead because of you. Dead? Did they turn back, or...
Augusta!
He's gone too. They're all gone.
Where are you?
You brought them here.
You brought them here. Now they are lost,
You brought them here to die. Don't listen to him. They followed you.
doomed to die alone in darkness,
Stay strong.
or crawl out, cowering, witless shadows.
Here's the shadow.
You'll bring death with you, Senua.
He will follow you. You brought them here to die. They followed you. They trusted you. You shouldn't have. You led them to their death. How could you? You can't find them. She can. She might find them. Keep looking. You might save them. They're not dead.
I'll sit there.
Who's that? A figure. Someone there. Astrida is alive. She's safe. You have to help her. You called her.
I'll sit
She
there.
can't see you. Why can't she see you?
Sanua, is that you?
She's terrified. So lost.
I thought I lost you.
Lost in the
I'm
darkness.
here. Where are the others? I don't know. I turned around and you were all gone.
She's
What is
terrified.
happening? There are voices at the edge of hearing and movement all around.
You understand this?
Figures in the shadows.
You know what that's like. You know.
I think I see them in the trees, but when I look again, there's nothing there.
You can help her. Her fear. It makes her see what isn't there.
None of this will hurt you. Don't let it rule your mind.
That's it.
I can fight things I can see.
Yes.
Things that bleed when struck with a spear. I'm lost here.
She's
I
changed.
know how you feel.
We know.
Believe me.
We understand.
But we have to keep going.
We understand. Stay strong, Astrida.
I will get you through this.
She can help her. Yes. Help her. Yes. Get her out of here. Follow her.
People say this place burrows into your mind and finds your fears, then torments you with them. I only half believed.
She knows what it's like. You know what that's like. This place is preying on them.
The path takes me back
Darkest
into the
days.
woods. I don't want to be alone here.
Help her.
Follow the river upstream. I'll find my way across to you, I promise.
You have to. Can you make promises, Senua? Promises you can't keep. Can you keep your promise? What if you never see her again? What if you never see her again? Lost forever.
É um segredinho aqui do outro lado, vou ter que voltar. Com certeza. Tem a bifurcação aqui. Acho que tem uma rona. Caramba. É do mesmo lado. Vamos valer a tentativa, né? Show, Rafael. Abraço, mano. Muito bom o jogo, mano. Gostando demais, viu?
Who's there? A figure. Margaret. Is it? Who is it? So dark now. Misty. Misty. You look everywhere. It's him. Margaret.
Fatima.
Senor? Senor, is that you?
Lost. He still hasn't changed.
There's a fog around me,
Yes.
before my eyes,
He can't see.
inside my head.
He has lost himself. Lost himself to the darkness. He can't stay here.
I
Slipping away.
try to have faith,
You need more than faith.
to keep them from falling apart. There's something dark in this place.
Darkness. He sees it.
Through it. Rotten and tainted.
His own darkness. Help him. Help him.
You are Fatima. Wondrous mask.
Yes, tell him.
Who can find his way anywhere, can see the light in anything.
He saw the light in you. He saw it.
And it grows dark now. And I cannot see the way.
Help him. He helped you.
I'm lost here.
You were lost and he helped you.
Follow the sound of the river. I will find you.
He is fading.
You have to get him out of here.
He is not strong enough.
He doesn't have long.
He always knows what to do.
And now he's lost.
Lost forever.
Doubting.
Blinded.
In this place.
She did this to him.
This place did this to him.
Don't run away.
Where is
You
August?
want to keep them safe.
Don't listen to him.
See how they mill around. Lost lambs. So afraid. Blind.
You could still save them.
Alone. You'd do anything to keep them safe, wouldn't you?
This is your darkness speaking.
But you can't save everyone, Senua.
Maybe she can.
Sometimes there are choices to be made.
Which one are you going to save?
What will you choose?
Her.
Sanua.
You chose her.
Gods, I thought I'd lost you again.
We'll stay
At
together
least
now.
she's a fighter.
She can fight alongside you.
We need to find Lagrima. He can't be far.
Left
Come on.
to wander alone in his own darkness.
Find the others and find your path again, Sanai.
Who's there?
There he is.
It's me.
Come on.
He's safe.
Senua?
He hoped for her.
I hope you had escaped.
He sacrificed himself for
I
her.
thought I'd be lost here forever. But that wouldn't matter.
She hasn't earned that.
If you'd had made it on to Português.
We'll make it out of here. Come with me. Stay close.
There.
So lost. Help her.
But what about Astrida?
Without you, she will be facing her demons on her own.
Demons she cannot fight.
Where's Thorgester?
I thought I saw him. He was following me, sword drawn.
That wasn't him.
He's not much of a fighter.
Caramba, nem uma runa por aqui.
Look, Esther, where is he?
Augusta.
He's changed, different now. His eyes are red. Has he been crying? Something has happened here. What's happened?
What happened to you?
Something terrible.
I think I saw
What did he see?
Something changed him.
something I had to do.
What was it?
What did he have to do?
I didn't want to do it. He forced my hand.
Who?
Something terrible.
Who?
A vision.
No. It's nothing. Just tricks.
Is it real? Oh,
Nothing is ever nothing.
Let's leave this place.
get out now.
His past haunts him.
Get them out of here.
Yes, get them out of here.
Up here.
She lost them, drowned them in their fears. Let the forest lay them bare and scour their minds. She knows that deep excoriation, the fear you will not see the end of. And yet, they made it through. She found them. They are safe. Safe to keep on walking, fight her corner, share the weight. But who is changed and who is not? Do they look at her in doubt and follow still? No blame, no striking out in hate. Or their minds are shuttered tight and closed off to her eyes. What did Thorgester see, so dark he cannot speak? And Astrida, her primal pain. Fear like that will shake you. The wanderer, always so sure, has a certainty been lost. There's no time now to question or look back. The choice is made.
We're not far now. We can see it from here.
There. Borgarverki.
All the signs she followed had led her here, finally so close to the heart of darkness. The root of the fetid flower whose stench she tracked across the sea. A fortress she must break, not with sword and spear, but open eyes and strength of will. Bodies. Are they still? Yes. They're still alive.
You can feel it.
How could they? Suffering. Look.
They are
this,
You have to.
where we sacrifice the offerings.
Monster. People. Þorgestur. Yes, people. It's where you sacrifice people. People. It's where you tie them up and watch them die. Slowly release them.
We have to rescue them.
Go inside. Tell my father, and he will cut them down.
Light is fading fast.
Just leave them.
They're suffering.
You can't.
I'll stay there. Fagrima, can you please cut them down?
So much
Who's
suffering.
going in?
The Ark know you. An Austrider. And I don't like you. I don't want to start anything before I've spoken to my father.
You don't know yet, Sanua.
Okay. Just me and Thorgesta then.
Tell him. They will help them.
Rescue the people and keep them safe.
We will.
Yes.
Yeah,
We'll come back.
but wait until we are inside.
Are you really going to just walk in? They will kill her for sure. She has to. Thorgesta will tell them. You trust him? Look what his father does. Look what her father did. They are not their father. She is different. We are different. He is different too.
She's come so far. Crossed an ocean, left one world and found another. All the blood, all the fire, everything she's seen carried on a hidden tide. This is the end, the point where light vanishes. And yet it is a pale and quiet place. Hush. Can this be the place she fought so hard to find?
Something is wrong with him. Something's not right. He is frightened.
You're worried.
I wasn't supposed to come back
He would
empty-handed.
have dragged you here in chains, Sanua.
But all's well. He'll forget about that when he hears what we have to tell him.
But has he changed? I don't trust anything he's saying. He wants to change, does he?
They've spotted us. Will they want to chain me up again?
I won't let that happen.
Maybe the Biag will tell him.
Who are you?
And then what will you do?
It's me! Thorgesta!
Who is he with? Them or you?
Trust me. However it might seem,
There's no turning back now.
I'm with you.
It's what he wants to believe it isn't the truth. Against other things, Sanua.
Thorgesta!
Is he strong enough?
Gods,
Are you strong enough?
I thought you were dead.
Me. Dead. I would see you dead first, Halfton.
He plays their game. He talks their talk.
It is good to see you, my friend.
She's with me.
The others.
You are safe with him. He is welcomed here.
We're returning through here.
Stay close.
3 days of clear skies.
Maybe you trust him. But do you trust the others?
Never knew you.
Devastation everywhere. Who knows if they will listen to him?
Spy.
All she has lost,
It was
and all
not
she
the
has to
story
lose.
I've ever seen.
They hear. All the names she carries on her heart, she remembers. This is the last sign.
His father's influence is strong. Your father's influence was strong. But he is not his father. You are not your father. You know what it's like to have a father like his. You can show him the way. There is nothing you can do. Even if he wants to have changed. Is it possible? You can help him. But can he help himself? You have to stay with the plan now. There's nothing you can do. There is no turning back now. But are you really ready to meet this kind of evil? This kind of monster? Your purpose? Are you ready, Senua? No. She has to be.
She does not look like a slave.
They have not returned. The others are lost.
The last sign.
Join us. I believe
Circled round in red, a bloody barrier against the night, a wall to shield you from the savagery. But the true darkness is inside, not out. It always is.
You know what's coming. His father.
The one who clouds her mind is here, just as she knew he would be. Some things don't change. There's always one who will seize the reins, see a field of pain and reap it. Ripe blood and bitter tears. Her father, his father.
Look at him. Sitting on his throne, worshipping himself.
Português, my boy! You've returned.
The goatee. It makes my skin crawl. This isn't going to work.
When we did not hear from you, I fear the worst.
He does not get this.
How was your raid? Where are the slaves you brought?
Dead, all the lost
We had
ones
a storm coming into land. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
But Father, we found something more important.
Let's see if this man can listen. I doubt it.
Something important, you say? A souvenir from your travels.
He calls us a
Father,
souvenir.
listen.
Souvenir.
The giants. They can be killed.
I can kill them. We can kill them.
This woman Senua, she knows how.
He won't believe you. Give him a chance. Look in his eyes. Show him who you are.
A souvenir that kills giants.
He doubts. Why?
The giants cannot be killed. No more than gods
Tell
can.
him.
I've seen it with my own eyes. Seen two giants turned to stone.
He doesn't believe.
I can kill them.
And I could kill you. We could kill you.
This is nonsense, Thorgester. And dangerously close to Gotgau.
You should kill him.
You cannot defy the giants. I alone know how to keep them at bay. Do not turn your back on me.
You must. He must. He has caused
You
so
are
much
a
pain.
simpleton.
He needs the giants to give him power. He uses the giants to control people. Make Thorgester understand. He needs to understand.
There will be no swaying him. I have known men like him.
Listen to her.
Theirs must be the only voice.
This is his chance to change.
I will convince him.
No, he is weak.
He wants to fight. He just needs to believe it is possible.
He loves his father.
She is a liar.
Never have trusted him.
And you an idiot.
Senua,
This is some trick to overthrow us and destroy all we have built.
stay calm.
You will watch beside me tonight as the giant takes his tribute.
Will you get out?
See how indomitable, how terrifying it
There will
is.
be no tribute.
See how there is no chance in hell you could defeat it.
We have defeated them.
And see how I turn it aside. How I control it through my sacrifice.
She has nothing now.
How it leaves us in peace.
Peace for who? He will kill her, destroy her.
See how I have saved my people.
Never have come here. There are no people waiting down there. What will happen
It's
when he
nearly
finds out?
time. Follow me!
Thorgester, stop him. Stop. Why doesn't he do something? He is weak. You should never. He said he was with us.
The sacrifices are gone! Free! There's no one there.
Now!
The giant. It's come.
Take her down to the gate.
Senua.
Make you strong.
You will die here,
Rage them.
and nothing will have changed.
That's where you excel. Don't fight. Do it for them. Get free.
Find the moment.
Get off me! I need to survive. They're too slow for you. Better be all you ever bring yourself.
Ué.
Find the moment.
He is pathetic. You are fast. You can win. Make him pay.
Are you going to let him kill you? You can't.
You're so much faster than him. They are too slow for you. They want to kill you.
Senua! The giant is coming!
I know. The slaves.
You're safe.
What happened?
The Cody wouldn't
I
listen.
told you he wouldn't.
He knows we freed the sacrifices.
Like your father.
He wants to offer me instead.
The Português.
He was weak.
I don't know.
He didn't try to stop them.
I knew we couldn't trust him.
Yes, she is
Where's
right.
the Guardi? We kill him. Now!
Let's
Wait!
End this.
Senua, we need to kill the giant right here, right now, in front of the Björk. Show them the truth, just like you showed Torkester.
They'll never learn. All they understand is death.
We need to end this so we can be free.
She is right.
Again.
Kill the Guardi.
What are you going to do, Senua? What?
Senua?
She doesn't know.
Fagram. I don't know.
She can't. She doesn't know his name. Forgesta.
Come on.
He needs you.
Maybe it's a trick.
A trap. To lure you in and then kill us.
Kill us.
Don't be stupid.
Be careful. This is some kind of trick.
She is not listening again. She trusts
What are you going to do?
We told him already.
I don't know its name. I don't understand.
We cannot fight him yet.
I can't fight it yet. I need time.
We need his name. We need his name.
Remember what it's like to be. Don't show weakness. They've captured Astrida and Valgrimmar. We will save you. We will protect everyone. Prepare yourself. You are smarter than him. Come this far, don't die now! What are you doing? They're too slow for you. Full of rage. Not just I can read you. What are you doing? Get up, we have to get up. This can't be the end.
Stop this.
What are they going to do?
My sacrifice.
Take them down!
They're too slow for you. That's it, don't let him win. Get out of his way. What are you doing? They're too slow for you. You showed him how to fight.
Now you will be food for the giants, and your blood will give us another day of peace and safety. You hear that, woman? Hear him coming? The most glorious of them all. The tyrant! The king! We have an understanding here. An unspoken connection. I give him blood, and he gives me power.
Feel your rage, Sanua'S. Fight, do it for him. Get free of him and kill. The hate is everything he is.
You question me? You have lived through this with me, seen all I have seen, and you question me? I'm the only one who knows what to do in this new world. The only one. Do you hear me? This ends now. You fall into line like the others, or you will die.
You are the one we chose. You who have died from this, lived through this. Do you see yet? When the darkness came to this land, when the fire spilled from the mountain and the ash blotted out the sun, it wasn't the end. People starved and suffered. Homes were destroyed and leaders fell. The ties of friendship loosened, and each one fought for their own. But in this sea of chaos, one rock stood firm. He said, I know what to do. Follow me, and I will save you. He meant it. Wanted to keep them safe. His people. Then he saw that fear made the people turn to him. They trusted him, obeyed him, raised him above the others. Their fear made him strong. As the land healed and the people healed, their fear ebbed, and he saw them start to turn away, to think for themselves, to choose their own path. And he felt his own strength ebb in turn. He wanted to hold on to that strength, to hold his place in their hearts, their wills. So he made the giants. Brought them forth from the shaking earth, the roaring sea, the blinding snow. Brought them into being, and the people who trusted him and made him. They saw them too, and saw they had more to fear. He held the key. Make them fear. And you can make them do anything. Make them hate. Make them punish the weak. Make them turn against one another, each on each.
Hold him, Sanua. He chose you, Sanua. Hold him. So brave.
I am going to kill him.
We will kill him.
There is always someone ready to take his place. You told me that yourself. Might have been me if I had never met you. You have to show them a different way. You have to redeem them.
How do I stop this?
You came to stop the sacrifices. Kill the giant.
Tyrant.
My father's name
One name.
is only fear.
You will end this. End this.
Sanua'S Saga. What? You see the giants? You
I see through you.
look at her brother. The lion who cling now tries to bring us down. You're nothing. They won't hear you. I'm the only one who can control the giants. You can see through him. Focus on freedom.
bastard, you came here! What did you create?
Set them free!
They don't need freedom. They have safety. Are you starting to see my power now? You will see the truth. Focus.
No! I will shine a light on your lies, and they will see the truth. There are no giants, it's just you. And me.
Brothers, are you happy here? Under my rule? Safe in my heart?
He is changing.
It is changing, can you feel it?
All he has created.
All of those lives.
All the breaking into pieces. You can see it.
Disappearing.
His people are turning against him.
They are all turning against him now.
Confused,
Lost.
scared. You know what to do.
Do it.
I will open their eyes.
You're no different than me. Craving the power of illusion. Damn it, please!
Now!
Do you really want the truth? Each person who follows you, you bear their weight on your back. Soon you will do anything to protect them, no matter what pain you inflict on others. And then you will find that belief makes you strong. And you will want to hold on to that strength no matter what. You will become you are your father's daughter.
He brought your people here to murder.
Do you see how they cling to you, bleeding? Do you see how their hands drag you down? You are everything. What would you do to keep them from harm? What would you do for the truth?
She has to say what she has.
I choose how to end this.
She's not like him. All the questions answered. Truth burning bright to scour away the darkness. Shadows of horror and hate writ large on the sky. Phantoms made from fear. Darkness outside makes darkness inside. She sees it. But the darkness is inside her too. Because she loves, even after everything. She loves. And if she loves, what will she do to save that love, to keep that promise? All the lost ones, when they find her, what will she do to protect them? All those names, all those lives. What will she do to hold them? Wisdom has a price. She is her mother's child. But she is also her father's.
I see it now. The darkness is inside me. Not the way I thought.
Yes, feel it. Yes, you can see it, can't you?
It is his darkness. Not
Your
hers.
darkness.
And it carves a path for me.
Your blood in your bones.
But I can't see where it leads.
Haunting you forever.
Part of me wants to let go of the fear. Let go of my shadows. And be free. No more pain. No more doubt. Honored. Loved. Feared. Always true. Always right. Because they tell me so. Keeping them safe. Keeping their belief alive. No matter the cost. Is this my fate? Can I choose my way?
We are not our fathers. There is always a choice. You taught me that.
You will choose.
Together.
You decide.
All her life she has been alone. She chose it. A shield to keep her heart from harm. A hymn to still the other voices, the ones outside. Not anymore. The ones she saved, the names she found, they lift her up. Their hands reach out to hers. And now, she reaches back to them. Her story is not written. There is always a choice.
Legal, legal.
Sanua finds a unique courage to keep pushing forwards on her quest, no matter what. She sees the world differently to those around her and faces challenges others would avoid. When driven so strongly by one powerful purpose, she will do anything to rid the world of the darkness. This is her life's mission, and she will not stop until she fulfills her quest.
My name is Eddie, and I've lived with psychosis for most of my life. To me, psychosis means living in a different reality. A reality that isn't shared with other people. Often living with psychosis is dark and miserable. While experiencing psychosis, I've got to hear the voice of God, the opposite, seen and spoken with angels, and been to hell itself. Recovery college and peer support really did turn my life around. I thought I would never get better, and yet here I am. The things that Sanua experiences in Hellblade are very similar to some of my own experiences. She lives in a reality that other people might find hard to understand. She sees significance in symbols, in meeting people, in all sorts of things that are going on around her. Sanua is experiencing an altered state of reality which would be very hard to understand without having experienced it yourself or playing Hellblade.
Lost soul who fought through hell to find us.
You were lost. Not anymore. Cool.
Are you ready for what you will find here?
It's difficult saying that it's an illness, that it's not real. Of course to me, it is. And of course to Sanua it is. And that's what's driving her to do these amazing feats of courage, to overcome pain and exhaustion, to do what she knows she must.
All the fear, everything I've seen, everything I've done, has led me to this place.
We've come so far, not far enough. Say it. You are ready to tell them.
In Sanua'S Saga Hellblade 2, we tell the second part of the story of Sanua, a Celtic warrior who, like Eddie, has experiences of psychosis, seeing the world in a unique way and existing in a reality unshared by others. At a surface level, this manifests for Sanua in seeing things that others don't, hearing things that others don't, and having unique beliefs about the world.
My name's Paul Fletcher. I'm a psychiatrist and a professor of neuroscience at the University of Cambridge, and I've been working with the Ninja Theory team on Hellblade and other projects for several years now. I am a clinical doctor, but have also added research and teaching to my role, and in all three areas I'm especially interested in the human brain and how it strives to make sense of the world, which is complex and changing all the time.
The lake, like a mirror. You can see the
Sanua, like many people, experiences psychosis. Now, psychosis is not a diagnosis, although it is associated with a number of medical and psychiatric conditions. But ultimately, it's a loose description of a shift in one's experience of reality.
What are you doing?
screams of the dead.
There's something here. I need to find out what it is.
A person with psychosis might experience changes in their perceptions and their beliefs. For example, they might see or hear things that other people can't, and they might come to believe things that are quite uncharacteristic for them. For example, they might feel that somebody, perhaps somebody even very close to them, is intent on trying to harm them. Now, it's very important to remember that this is not just a vague feeling or an imagination. To the person, it feels like their reality, just as everything around me feels like my reality to me. I, like many people, feel that in order to even begin to understand psychosis, we have to start with thinking about how the brain works in general, how it makes sense of the world around it. And when we do that, we're repeatedly confronted with evidence that actually it doesn't just rely on the evidence of our senses, but it actually relies on what it already knows, on its predictions, its anticipations, and its expectations.
Your voices.
Now that might seem like a defect. After all, why would we want to rely on what we already know rather than what the world is telling us? But if we did act simply as passive receivers, we would be completely swamped. We'd be like a newborn infant trying to make sense of the colours and shapes without any way of having a framework to try and understand those colours and shapes. Our senses are bombarded with information from the world that's rapid, it's intensive, it is noisy, ambiguous, unreliable. And if we were to try and make sense of that without imposing patterns and expectations, then it would be like trying to assemble a multi-dimensional jigsaw without knowing what the picture was on the box. Many of us think that the brain ultimately is an organ that makes predictions. It craves patterns and associations in order to make sense of the world. And without that, we are confronted with a feeling of uncertainty, of anxiety, of distress, even of fear.
They're calling. Something is drawing.
Where do these predictions come from? Many of them are actually embedded in the structure of our brain, probably wired there by evolution. Many of them come from our earliest experiences as babies, trying to make sense of this new world that we're born into. Many come from our early childhood experiences, from what we learn from others and how we interact with others, from our parents, our teachers, our friends. We all have a feeling that we're directly in contact with an objective reality, but it's probably the case that what we experience as our constructed model of the world is a blend of the evidence of our senses, but also what we are predicting or expecting from the world. So this blend exists in a very fine and delicate balance, and the weighting of that balance probably varies a great deal across different individuals. But crucially, this balance is what determines how we experience and interpret and act upon the world. And some of them are embedded in shared experiences with others, our society, our culture, our arts, even our religions and our mythologies. So for the most part, this works very well for us and enables us to make sense of the world, but it's also, being a delicate balance, it can be shifted, and it's very easy, even under the most normal day-to-day circumstances, to deviate from objective reality. A good example of this is the hollow mask illusion. All of us are familiar with a mask. We know that it depicts a face and that the inside is hollow. But when we see the mask rotating round and we see the hollow side, there is a deeper prediction, probably embedded in our brain, that facial features tend not to be hollow, that they stick out. And this deeper prediction can override our knowledge that the mask is hollow and make us actually perceive the face as sticking out at us, despite what we we know, the deeper predictions will override this. So for me and many in my field, perceptual illusions like this, which are very common, are really interesting because they tell us something fundamentally about how the brain is making sense of reality using its predictions. But more than that, for me, it's very interesting because it begins to give us a sense of how psychosis might begin to emerge. Psychosis is this experience of an altered internal construction of one's reality. And it seems feasible that this is dependent upon this balance I've talked about between predictions and evidence. And it is probably the case that some people tend to weight their predictions more heavily. This, in many circumstances, is advantageous because it means that they can discern patterns and associations that perhaps other people can't. But if that balance was shifted further by different circumstances, then it may well be that they begin to construct a reality that doesn't accord with the world around them. What might cause that shift? Well, a number of things. It could be caused by stress, sleep deprivation. It could be caused by illness, neurochemical disturbances. It's also the case that our experience will change how we predict things. So a very profound experience, for example, of trauma, could powerfully change the way in which we make predictions about the world and shift us from this delicate balance into a state of psychosis. In the case of Senua, we know that from an early age she was able to discern patterns and associations that perhaps other people couldn't. And on top of that, her childhood and adolescence had a number of traumas in it. Her father was abusive and he accused her of being the cause of evil and darkness. Her mother, who had the same capabilities as she did, was actually sacrificed for the same reason. And in addition, her village was attacked by Vikings and her lover was brutally killed. And it's possible that all of these traumas would act on her natural tendencies to topple her into this psychotic experience that is depicted in Hellblade.
With every defeat, the dark rot will grow and soon it will take her soul.
In Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, we find Senua discovering and understanding her experiences. They're relatively new to her, and the pain and torment feels at its most acute. Having travelled to a new place, with a mind full of her trauma and Druth's stories of the Vikings, she embarks on a journey of coming to terms with what has happened in her life. Ultimately, rather than finding the unachievable certainty of rescuing Dillion, she achieves certainty in the realization that Dillion is gone forever. She learns to accept his death, and in turn her experiences of psychosis.
Even in darkness, the wonder and the beauty of this world never leaves us. It is always there, waiting to...
In Sanua'S Saga, we find Senua at a different place on her physical and mental journey. Empowered with the sense that she has overcome her own darkness, she's now compelled to follow a new quest, to save her people from that same darkness.
You smell that?
No doubt.
He's here. Death is coming.
Look at the bones.
Death is coming.
Look at the bones. That's going to be you. That's going to be everyone.
In Sacrifice, Senua's psychosis is acute and all-consuming. She is preoccupied and absorbed by her experiences. To some extent she is enveloped and enslaved by the darkness. She cannot ignore her voices and visions. She's totally committed to the quest within her altered reality. In Saga, there has been some resolution to this. There's no miracle recovery. She still experiences the voices and visions. She still has a changed reality. But the balance of power has shifted. She is the one who is able to be in control. She's able to resist and challenge the voices. She's able to make decisions that much more clearly reflect her own goals.
They see through your lies, and I will show them how to see as I do. I will not appease your gods. I will destroy them.
And in addition, in Saga, she is able to encompass the reality of others. She sees them for the constructions that they are, and she is able to interact with them, and I think that's a very powerful change and a very important area to explore.
They have lost everything.
In Saga, we've had the opportunity to explore the next phase of Sanua'S mental health journey. One where she's come to a place of understanding, but where she and us as creators have new challenges. Where Sanua'S belief system will clash with that of others. Her experiences will play out in the presence of people who don't share her perspective. And where she feels a new sense of power in being chosen for the quest, but also a new weakness, bowing underneath the weight of responsibility that sits on her shoulders.
In Saga, we have once again utilized binaural audio to bring Sanua'S voices to life. Her furies still travel with her, but their tone has changed this time. She continues to be haunted by her father, and she starts to feel the audio presence of Icelandic myth infecting her mind.
That scream, that voice, something dark, Senua. You need to go up there. Don't let them see you. You need to find out. Don't the monsters find you? You can do this, Senua.
To heal the world as Senua does, we spend time with people with lived experiences of psychosis, and also with Paul Fletcher. This made a strong basis of what it is to hear voices, what they say, how they sound, how they change or react to external stimulus. And this paired with all we learned from the first game, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, led us to create Senua's own sonic version of reality. To me, it's a privilege to sit in a room to play our game, and as we progress, hear their comments, thoughts and suggestions. Each one provides a different perspective, and I find especially inspiring and humbling to hear from Eddie his own experiences. Especially I find he has a way of putting very complex emotions, situations in a very simple yet poetic way, and it's really inspiring for me when I'm thinking in Senua's journey. We use binaural audio to bring 3D space in the headphones. This allows to experience the voice hearing and other sounds with a physical sense. Also extremely important is the performance of the voices, and for that we have been collaborating with Helen and Abby, our Furies. They are the most prominent voices of Senua. The way we perform is important as well, allowing for freedom, movement, creative input from Helen and Abby, and also important to have with them conversation and spend time talking about the journey of our character. There is a lot of time gone into experimentation, so every sound in the game is connected in some way with the emotion that Senua is experiencing as she travels through Iceland, from the sounds of the nature to some of the musical moments.
A sign.
Beyond of its uniqueness or not, I find that for me, something extremely important is to create a connection beyond the game. So in understanding Senua's own reality and going on a journey with her, I hope our players will understand better how people experience reality different, and in doing so, I feel, we break those walls that keep us distant and lonely.
My brothers used to come here to practice fighting. Sneak out. Follow them.
For Saga, in order to bring Senua's experiences of hallucinations to life, it was very important for us to listen to people's real lived experiences. It was then a case of thinking about how Senua's world and reality might look when faced with these types of examples. This would have been impossible without Paul Fletcher and amazing people like Eddie and Kathy, who've been so open and honest about what they have been and do go through on a day-to-day basis. I think it takes real strength to be able to talk about such personal things to a new group of people. On the visual side, we have lent into things like repeating fractal geometry shapes, cinematic patterns, with lighting and post-processing changes to all help reflect the current feelings of Senua. And hopefully, when combined with the audio and gameplay, the player will get a sense of what we are aiming to achieve.
It's just like before. No, this cannot happen again. You couldn't do anything. We have to stop it happening. Face it. You need to face it. Focus. You need to look at it.
In Sacrifice, we saw a story of Senua's suffering at the hands of her experiences. In Saga, we're telling a more nuanced story of the next step on her journey. One where she has found a greater balance, but where her experiences are just as strong. Where rather than being a victim to her experiences of psychosis, she is driven by them, on a path that only she sees.
Bringing sin with you. The gods cannot be killed.
One thing that I find very exciting in Saga is that there's an attempt to explore something that is really neglected in my field, which is the experience of the dual reality that some people have. People who have had Senua's types of experience have spoken to me about this feeling that they have their own reality, but they also recognize the reality that others experience, and it can be very confusing, it can be disorientating. And it's exciting to me that the game contains an explicit attempt to portray this experience of dual realities, and I think it'll be very interesting to see how people respond to that.
It's amazing what has been done and what's been portrayed. I think it's really difficult to turn words into what other people might be seeing, but I think I'm always blown away by what Ninja Theory come up with for their games, and I'm really stunned at the quality of, you know, the things that she sees and the sound of the voices that she has. I think they're pretty realistic.
She's getting closer. Yes, she can feel it.
I hope that the game will help people who maybe don't understand psychosis or don't know very much about it to start with. I think by experiencing some of what they will do in the game, I think it brings to life a little bit of what it's like to have psychosis, and I think hopefully people will learn from it.
Now I'm working as a peer support worker, and what that means is that in my case, in the job that I have in my role, it means that I go to see my people, to see my peers. We talk about how things have been. The way that Hellblade has captured the experience of psychosis is nothing like I've ever seen before, in terms of its realism, in terms of its fairness to people like me. In terms of its
Senua, the outcast who became a warrior, who faced her demons and challenged the gods for her lover's soul, has accepted the voices, the furies, as part of herself. Just like her mother Galena, she was not like other people. She saw and heard the world differently. Her father Zinbel told her she was evil, tainted by the sin of her mother. Tormented and afraid, she retreated from the world. Until love broke through like the rays of a new dawn. In Dillion's acceptance, she could live again. He gave light to her mind and freed a warrior from her body. But the voice of her father stayed with her, reminding her of her curse. And when the plague came to her land, the people blamed Senua. She took her darkness with her, banishing herself to the wilds. So she was not there when the Northmen massacred her people and sacrificed Dillion to the god of hell. Senua's torment was so deep that the world around her fell away. She took the head of her beloved, the vessel of his soul, and vowed to go to hell herself to save him. Through mist-shrouded horrors, she fought to find the secret path that would lead her to the very gates of hell. But the way was marked by fire and illusion. Senua had to fight the gods that guarded these paths and stave off the rot which threatened to consume her mind and end her life. Only conquest could open the gates. Only blood would bring her face to face with Hela. Face to face with defeat. Once again, Senua was engulfed in darkness, lost in a maze of misery and confusion. Until Dillion's voice led her to the promise of victory. A sword that could kill a god. To win the sword, Senua would drown in her darkest memories, pulling at the shards lodged in flesh, mind and soul. She pressed deeper into the underworld, resisting its grasping hands and deafening cries, until she found her prize before the guardian of Hell's gates. Senua released her rage, a fury that could not be stopped, not by savage jaws, not by waves of warriors, not by the pull of death itself. In defeat and desperation, Senua begged for her beloved's release. But a sacrifice must be made, and burdens cast away. Senua's fate was never in the hands of the gods, but in her own. Only she could choose, out of love, to live, to go on, and to take us with her.
Legal, pessoal. Finalizar então Hellblade, aí mais extras, né? Top demais, muito bom. Desbloqueado os novos narradores, né? Aqui, ó, outros. Legal demais, muito bom, pessoal. Espero que vocês tenham curtido aí, aproveitado bem, bom? E é isso aí, pessoal. Valeu pelo apoio. Como vocês sabem, dá trabalho para fazer. Disponibilizado esse tempo aí para estar gravando aí a live para vocês, mostrando a campanha, tá bom? Então, não deixe de dar aquela força aí, por menor que seja aí pro canal, se inscrever, deixar seu comentário, compartilhar, tá bom? Um abraço a todos, obrigado aí pela companhia. Um agradecimento especial ao pessoal aí do Call of Duty, do Warzone, tá bom? Que tá sempre com a gente aí. E também do YouTube e do TikTok, tá bom? Um abraço a todos aí, valeu, tamo junto. Mais um L, pessoal, Live Gamersevolution, tamo na hora, valeu, fui!